Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Gas Diesel Garage. My name is Jack, and I'm here to make sure you don't get screwed by the dealer. So stay tuned. Now guys, if you're looking at this video, you guys got a problem with any one of these four vehicles, these GM products, which between 1998 and 2004 had problems with their VATS system, the anti-theft system. And what happens is that the ignition tumbler goes bad, and then it tells the BCM not to start the engine, and then you got problems, and then you're stranded. So you can take it to the dealer, pay hundreds of dollars to get it fixed, or you can watch this video in its entirety and fix it with about a 50-cent resistor. Let me show you and explain what I'm talking about. Now it's time for Gas Diesel Garage 101. Now it's time for Chevy Ignitions 101. Let me show you a map on how this thing's laid out. All right. Now the reason why these Chevys don't start is because of this right here. That freaking key tumbler is supposed to have a resistance of 2.2k ohms, and this yellow wire here is supposed to sense that, and it's supposed to go over here and tell the body control module to turn on all that stuff, basically, you know, the injectors and your ignition slash spark, and then your engine will boom start running. But the problem we're having is it's not reading the resistance. So what we're going to do is we're going to bypass this like that. We're going to install our own little resistor here, and we're going to solder it right into there. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, here's the game plan. Remember what I was saying. We need resistance on that yellow wire to power the control module, to tell the power control module to turn on the PCM, which will turn on the spark slash ignition and the injectors, because this is basically your anti-theft system. If this is not reading that, then all that's not going to work. Therefore, the vehicle's not going to start. So this is what is going to happen. We're going to take our own resistor, which has the same resistance as the key ignition did, which is 2.2 k ohm resistor. And what we're going to do is we're going to solder that in with solder it in the yellow. We're actually going to cut it off actually, and then take the yellow, solder that resistor in to the ground, and therefore it's going to read all the time, so we're not going to have any more issues. Let's get back to the car and let me show you how that's going to be done. Now here's today's victim, a 2002 Oldsmobile ALERO. This car is a very clean car for its age. The thing only has 40,000 miles on it, and it's got a bad resistance in the ignition. And we're gonna fix it on up, and then we're probably gonna sell it. I got this car for free actually, so nothing but profits for me. But anyways, point of this video is to show you how to fix this ignition system. Let's get started. Apparently I got a fan. What the hell? Tom, is this your new clubhouse or something? Huh? Yeah, bud, it's not working. What are we gonna do? Huh? Let's see. That security light is a problem, huh? Now, to gain access to the wires that are going into the ignition tumbler, we need to disconnect a few things. We need to take out this panel, and to do that, we got to take out the gear shifter knob, pull that right on out, and let's go ahead and do that. All right, to be able to take this stuff off, got to move the shifter back a little bit. So turn to the on position, pull it back, and you'll see that there is a pin. Let's see if you can see that. You see this pin right here? Pop that on out and remove the gear shifter. Oh, there we go. Now, to pull this out, it's fairly simple. Just grab yourself a pocket screwdriver and ever so slightly pop this stuff up. There we go. Pull that up a little bit. Be very careful. It is plastic. Now you can slide that on up past. There we go. And just slide and put that out of the way. Now you can disconnect that the plugs, but there's really no need to. And take that out. Then of course this is plastic too. Pop this on out. There we go. Now you can unplug this stuff if it's going to be in your way. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. There we go. Next, take the radio out. So grab your 9/32 socket, pull out these 6 bolts. We'll be in business. Came out pretty easy. Disconnect the radio, get it out of your way. There we go. Next, we're going to take this display trim on out because we can actually get to it right here, because we're actually going to need 2 hands to disconnect the clip that goes to the back of this. So just going to gain more access. Take this out. There's 2 screws right up in here. Drop the steering column down. And you should be able to pull it on out. Just like that. And disconnect the trip reset. If you can. There we go. There we go. And yes, we're gonna take out the gauge display. Like I said, give us more room. There's 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Should pull right on out and give us more room to work. Now it's just a matter of tilting it down, sliding it out. There we go. And disconnect that plug right there. All right. Now I know most people take out that center column, and yes, I did say that, but the only reason why I took the center console out is so I can grab the harness and push it out towards this way, because it shows you a lot better and work better when, voila, look, here's your ignition tumbler, and there's those 3 wires for the anti-theft that we're going to be placing that resistor in. Not bad. Nice open cubby hole. Okay, what we need to do is strip back some of this sheeting so I can get, so that stuff doesn't catch on fire, which would suck. All right, those are the 3 wires I need: the yellow, black, and white. White's your positive, like I showed you earlier. Black's your ground, and here's your yellow that goes down to the BCM, which turns the BCM on, and the BCM tells the PCM to start the vehicle. So that's the one that's not getting a signal. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put a resistor in it, and I believe this thing will start. Let's start by cutting the yellow wire. Now make sure you're soldering this one, the one that's going to the BCM, away from the ignition tumbler. Make sure you're soldering that one into the ground. Well, I'm sorry, soldering the end of the resistor into the yellow to the ground. So let's just fold this one out of the way so we don't get mistaken. Move the yellow, move the white one out of the way, because we're not gonna do anything with that, and we're gonna just need the ground and the yellow going to the BCM. So what we gotta do is just strip a little bit of that out, strip this, and go ahead and solder this stuff together. Okay, now take your resistor. Hopefully it'll pick that up. Resistor, it's got a few rings around it, but make sure it's a 2.2K ohm resistor. And let's go ahead and make sure that is reading at least 2.2K ohms. We can do that easily with a multimeter. Just ohm it out with your multimeter. Here, let me grab this. I know you're shaking a little bit. My bad. Let's ohm that out. All right, just what I need. 2.192, that's good enough. Now essentially that's what it's going to look like, but of course I am not leaving it all twisted up like that. I'm going to solder this thing together so we can have a nice and secure connection there. So and then of course we're going to tape it up with electrical tape, but I highly recommend doing some shrink wrap on all this. But fortunately I don't have any shrink wrap right at this second. It's hard enough trying to find those resistors since Radio Shack went under. Thank God I have a friend who's a computer guru who actually was able to get me that resistor. All right, good soldering done. So now just wrap this thing up with some electrical tape or shrink wrap. I highly recommend shrink wrap, or heat shrink, I'm sorry. All right. If y'all keeping track, yes, this is duct tape, but it's okay. Just want something to protect it, that's all. Okay, now we can just stuff this stuff back down in there, put this thing all back together, and see if this thing starts. Now, okay, once you got everything all put back together, you're gonna have to relearn the BCM. And to do that, all you gotta do is just put it to the key on position, right there like that, key on, and just let it sit there for exactly 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, turn it back off, wait 5 seconds, and then you should have no problems, and it should start right up. So see you in about 10 minutes. All right, and we're back. Here's a good sign. There's no security light on, so let's see if this thing starts. All right, there we go. And just to let you guys know, I didn't use the duct tape to tape up all those wires. Yes, I found my electrical tape, so went ahead and put that on there. But anyways, I hope this helps by not getting screwed by the dealer. And if you'd like to see more of this type of content, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I guess we'll see you next time. Peace.